Hey guys, what's up? It's Drew for Dynamic Menace. I have a special episode for you today. We're playing Dragon Ball Advanced Adventure. Um, we were planning on playing this one a little bit further down the line, but given the tragic passing of Akira Toriyama, I wanted to kind of talk about his art and his influence and what he meant to me. Here we'll get into it and talk a little bit more about it. But it's been about like a little over a week, and I want to say that seeing just the outpouring of people from all different walks of life talking about how it's influenced them, seeing like communities come together to watch like certain arcs wrap up of Dragon Ball, seeing people talk about like how much they love Dr. Slump and his other works. It's just been heartwarming to see like all these people write their love letters, and I just kind of wanted to compose mine, if that's cool. So this game was on the Game Boy Advance. I think if you're like me, you kind of missed a lot of the handheld games. I don't think it really reached the amount of people the way I think the Budokai series did, and Tenkaichi and Dragon Ball Fighters. But this game is definitely a gem. I'd always wanted to play it. Like if you've watched our show at all, I think I've mentioned it before that like doing this show has kind of given me an opportunity to go back and play games that I didn't have an opportunity to play before. Maybe because they were on handheld systems and this is my first time really delving into that, or just, you know, they came out at a time where I just wasn't playing a ton of games. I had life stuff going on, you know. But yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this game so far. I've been playing it a little bit over the last few days to get a feel for the mechanics and how the combat works and the flow. But I'm still gonna try and, you know, chop it up while I'm playing and not suck too badly at it and disrespect this man's memory. But yeah, if you know me, I've mentioned it before, especially like when we played, what did we play recently? Hyper Dragon Ball Z, which was like a fan game. And then Rob and I just did an episode where we just specifically were just chewing the fat, talking about Dragon Ball Z specifically, as we talked about Akira Toriyama. But I wanted to get like a little more in depth about what he's meant to me and like his influence and impact on my life. You know, Dragon Ball came into my life. Actually, it feels like it was there for a lot longer than I realized, because when I was a kid, I had a friend that used to have it on pretty regularly. You know, he had the mangas, and he used to honestly get like the VHS tapes, but they were in Japanese and they didn't have subtitles. He wouldn't get them in order, and we really didn't know what was going on, besides that this person had conflict with this other person, you know. But the fights were great. You know, and as a kid, you don't really need a ton of like backstory, you know. The animation was incredible at the time, you know. Our alternative was like Scooby-Doo, you know. So like, given that and the other anime we were watching, like Ninja Scroll and like a few other examples that I'm blanking on right now because I'm trying to play the game. But yeah, anime was just seemed like next level stuff, you know. I think we were watching like Ghost in the Shell, the movie, and yeah, just the animation, and it seemed like it wasn't just for kids. Like they had adult themes and serious stuff going on, you know. It wasn't just all watered down for children. Early episodes, like Vegeta was actually killing people, and they would show it on these VHS tapes. So, but it honestly, it wasn't until a little bit later, I want to say like closer to when I got into high school, where it was a different friend. We would get home from school and his brother wanted him to record each episode. It started airing on Toonami. His brother wanted him to start recording episodes for him because he would get home later. He was at work. So we'd have to sit there and record these things for him and edit out like the commercials. So we really had to sit there and watch it, you know, which wasn't a chore, but I feel like we definitely wouldn't have paid as close attention as if we weren't like doing editing out commercials and paying attention like that, because his brother would have whipped his ass. So yeah, we ended up watching. I remember getting into it around the Namek saga, like right around where Vegeta was getting into it with Raccoon, you know, which I feel like is a pretty solid place to start. You know, you get caught up with the beef between Vegeta and Goku, their little rivalry. Yeah, you get some of the backstory of what's going on with the Saiyans, how Frieza wiped out the Saiyans. Yeah, it was really engaging, like right from there. And by the time he went Super Saiyan, we were all indoctrinated into the cult of Dragon Ball. You know, yeah, and ever since then, like I was hooked. I started collecting the manga myself. Yeah, and I took I think I was already working out for football, but it was just more like that's just what the coaches made you, you know. But once we started watching Dragon Ball, it became a thing where now it was training, you know. We were getting stronger. We were all, you know, our perspective changed. We actively tracked if we were improving, you know. It wasn't just like this thing we were doing just because the coach made you come in and work out. And oh, hold on, we gotta save the turtle. We're getting some plot here, so we gotta rescue Turtle. All right, let's see. I think I got him. He got the sword, but I got this fucking stick. Ah. I think we got him. Let's see. All right. So I'll get into the combat and stuff for this in a second. Like I like these action platformer beat 'em ups. It's pretty much the crux of most of the gameplay here, but you do get like a little 1v1 like fighting game style modes here and there. So it varies up the gameplay. And having saved Turtle, I don't know if you've seen Dragon Ball. It's definitely worth going back and checking out. The vibe's a little different. It's a little more adventure and humor based. It's a little more silly versus Dragon Ball Z, which is a little more focused on the bombastic showdowns between good versus evil usually. But in Dragon Ball, you get to meet like a lot of the characters for the first time and see like where these relationships form. And a lot of the relationships outside of Roshi, they start from an antagonistic place, like Yamcha, Tien. Even Krillin was a little asshole when he first met Goku. But we're meeting Roshi for the first time right here. Let's go. Old timer, who are you? So this is where he meets Roshi. And Roshi gives him the Nimbus for saving his turtle, right? And to top it off, he had a Dragon Ball hanging from his chain, right? Like a goddamn baller. No doubt about it, that's a Dragon Ball. Please let me have that Dragon Ball, okay? Why not? It's on the house. Take it with you. There's no way he just handed it over. I guarantee like he wanted to see her panties or something. I don't remember what it was because it's been so long since I watched it. But I guarantee he didn't just fork it over. He wanted to do something pervy. Like he wanted pictures of her boobs or something. Anyways, plowing ahead. that was his introduction to Master Roshi. All right, next level. All right, Let me see. Let me see. So the next place that Goku and Bulma arrived at was a small village which was being terrorized by the dreadful Oolong. See, so like most of the people you run into in Dragon Ball, they're at a place where they're kind of scumbags, you know? And Goku, through his virtue and pure heartedness, usually kind of not completely reforms them, but kind of spins them around to being like better people, you know? And that's one thing I've heard about from criticisms over the character of Goku, where he's like a flat character. He doesn't really have an arc. He doesn't really change, but that's kind of done on purpose, I think. Like there are characters who have an arc either from positive to negative, like Anakin Skywalker, or negative to positive, like everybody's favorite Vegeta. But there are characters who are supposed to be flat and not have an arc. And I know it sounds negative calling him a flat character, but the point is like his influence on the world, you know, and changing the people around him. All right, let me see. Which isn't a bad thing, right? I feel like there's a positive message there. I think it's a similar kind of deal with Superman. Like his whole point is to show that he has absolute power, right? And ordinarily absolute power corrupts absolutely. But we have this example of this character who bucks that trend. And he's like, just be a good person. Be a good person. That's all you have to do. All you have to do to be like me is be a good person. And I feel like that's what a lot of the lessons are in Dragon Ball and Superman. That's their similarity, other than their origin story being like really similar. All right, let me see. So let me see. I was saying before, I think a little bit of the influence of Dragon Ball was like getting me to take like my training more seriously, and looking at it from a different perspective where you're actively trying to improve yourself. Oh, do we get him? We got him. And constantly looking at it more like your opponent is yourself and being better than the person you were yesterday. I know that's really sounds cliche, and I'm sure there's like a million like little memes and gifs and gym posts saying something similar, but this shit came out how many years ago, you know? That sentiment wasn't prevalent when Dragon Ball was coming out, you know? This came out at a time when I feel like most of us found this when we were kids and we were impressionable. So getting these messages and these lessons at that time in our lives, it was a huge deal, you know? I feel like for me personally, the only other character or person to be creating their art like this that influenced a big part of who I am was Stan Lee, you know, and his character of Spider-Man, and alright, we're facing Yamcha. Yamcha wants to smoke. About to give him these hands real quick. But yeah, Spidey was probably the other half of that coin of where I learned an idea of who I wanted to be as a person, you know, where doing the right thing is fucking hard, you know? Let me see. Hold on, I'm trying to deal with Yamcha. Come on. Come on, we got him. The stupid cat's gonna be dropping bombs and shit. Okay. Alright. I think we got him. Let me see. Yeah. Fucking cat. Alright, we got him. So what I was saying is, yeah. some of these characters can teach us some very valuable lessons and make us better people. And we're usually introduced to these ideas and concepts at a time where we're deciding who we want to be as people, you know? And I feel like being determined, not giving up, doing what's right, even in the face of personal loss, I would say that's an incredibly powerful message. You know, I don't want to make this about Spider-Man, but like, how many times does Peter Parker have to sacrifice so that Spider-Man can prosper? You know, his life would be so much easier if he just set down this bag of bricks that he's carrying for everybody else. But if he does that, then people might get hurt, you know? So he carries that burden for us. Being Spider-Man's a burden. But he does it knowing that like the girl he likes is probably losing her patience waiting for him, and his friends think he's a flake, and his grandma or Aunt May, sorry, I'm still trying to play this game. His Aunt May might think he's kind of flaky and she can't rely on him. Yeah, but it's the right thing to do. And I feel like I got those lessons from him and from Dragon Ball. Okay, enough with my touchy-feely nonsense. Let's get into some more story. All right, so there was an instance a little bit later on. He runs into Roshi again. He came into contact with the Ox King, and like I think his mountain was on fire or something like that, and he got Roshi to help put it out. And we got our first look at the Kamehameha. He used that to put out the flames. And Goku saw it and was like, dude, can you teach me that? And Roshi was like, it'll take you about 50 years to get a handle on this thing, kid. And he was like, well, show me anyway. And he's like, all right, well, this is how you do it. And Goku just turns around and he's like, what? You mean like this? And Roshi really realizes that this kid's kind of a prodigy, before realizing that he's the grandson of one of his former pupils. All right. So Roshi agrees to train him. But Goku's gonna finish gathering the Dragon Balls before he meets up with Roshi to start his training. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the lessons that that Toriyama promotes in here, and really he introduced them to me. They're invaluable. Like after the first, if you haven't seen it, like after the first World Tournament, not the first one, but the first one they have on the show. Roshi in disguise meets Goku in the grand finals, and this is in the story right now that's going on. This is the first quote unquote big bad Emperor Pilaf, who shows up throughout the rest of the Dragon Ball franchises. I think he's in GT and he's in Super a little bit, but I think he was really kind of a threat here in Dragon Ball. But what I was saying is, Roshi enters the tournament in disguise to make sure that Goku and Krillin don't win. And I know that sounds kind of fucked up, but it's like his lesson he wanted to teach them is that, like, no matter what, you guys need to know that there's always going to be somebody stronger out there. Somebody's always going to be more powerful than you at any given time. You need to constantly strive to keep reaching new heights. Don't get complacent in your training. You know, the reality of it is the person you need to train to overcome is the person you are right now. You need to always try and work harder to be stronger. You know, just teaching them discipline. And yeah, what other cartoon in the US was teaching lessons like that. You know, I think even stuff like that was in the comics for like Batman and Spider-Man and Superman and stuff like that. But when they would translate it to cartoons, they would water a lot of that stuff down. It was pretty much just like a villain of the week kind of deal, you know? I want to say like in the 80s and 90s, it wasn't as prevalent. I'm sure there are examples here and there, but I don't know. It just felt like Dragon Ball had a little bit more to teach us. So did just anime in general. Like I said, they kind of tackled more adult themes pretty regularly. They didn't talk down to us. All right, let's see, what do we got? Burgers. Like, they're just burgers laying around. And Goku has no problem fighting your fucking dogs. Like, oh, he doesn't give a fuck. You said your dog was strong? Fight your fucking dog. Fuck these motherfuckers. Goku, I think you might have like not anger issues, but just, ooh. Let's see. Here we go. A little bit more. I think so. This is Pilaf's castle. I think it's a little bit like a maze. All right, let's see. Just got to work our way through it. I think once we find Pilaf, we can call it an episode. Yeah. I'm actually having fun playing this. I might keep playing this. I mean, I'm definitely gonna keep playing it for me personally, but I don't know. Maybe I'll keep making episodes of this till I'm done with the game. I don't know. It definitely feels like there's a little something extra to this game now, given the circumstances. Yeah, I think we were all shocked at the news. It came out of nowhere that Akira Toriyama was sick or had any health issues at all, you know? And yeah, it's the worst, getting blindsided by something like this. It sucks. I appreciated him, but I'm starting to feel like I immediately felt like it wasn't enough. When you find out he's gone, or people that, you know, influence you or you appreciate aren't there anymore, you know? You always think about what else you could have done more, you know? I don't know, maybe it's time to go to Japan, check out some of the stuff they got out there. Not even just Dragon Ball, but like from all the creators that I enjoy. I really like, honestly, like I'm not caught up on my Demon Slayer stuff. Like I'm like 2 seasons behind. I feel like I need to go out to Japan and get some like legit memorabilia from franchises and things I like. There are arcades definitely out there that I want to go check out. Gaming stores and things like that. Oh shoot, let me see. But what's his name from who does like Cowboy Bebop? I'm drawing a blank. I think it's like Shichiro Watanabe. I could definitely probably start collecting more of his stuff. I need to find some, because really the only manga I have right now, I think, is some Samurai Champloo. I have most of Dragon Ball. I think I have a few Demon Slayer. But yeah, I want to go out there and get like some legit manga and start collecting some stuff from creators that actually like supporting more of their stuff. Like when they started showing stuff in the theater, I did start making sure to go see it in the theater. I think we all did, like especially the Dragon Ball movies. I think me and, if you've listened to our podcast at all and you've heard the episode with Hector Don Quixote, we went to go see The Boy and the Heron. Like I want to go see Miyazaki movies in the theater anytime they're out. Yeah, I want to start just getting out of my bubble and really supporting and going to see like the artists and art that I like, you know, and where it came from. Let me see. I think we're almost at Pilaf. He's trying to get these hands. We're about to give it to him. Ah. There's too many of these like faceless like thugs for me to beat up, like the meat shield. There we go. All right, we got a little bit longer. I think we're almost there. All right. So I think, I don't know, I've been playing this a little bit, and I think the combat is, well, let me beat these guys up first before I eat that chicken, right? Because I think it fills your health completely back up, right? Just take whatever damage I'm gonna take, beating these guys up, and then go get, damn it, these guys respawn. All right. Yeah, so I think, well, not even just I think, the combat feels really good, right? So you have your basic 4-punch combo where you just tap the button. Then I think also, so you have like a special move like that. Now I can shoot Kamehamehas when that gauge at the bottom left is full. What else? And you have like a dive kick right there. You have like a few aerial attacks. You have a dive kick, which you also have like this up kick, and you have the power pole overhead, right? But you can mix and match those and combine them like that. It makes combat feel satisfying. All right, let me see. Okay. All right, let's go. I think we're almost there. We're almost there, right? Yay, nay, maybe another day. All right, come on. I just want to get to the end. Let me just stop wasting time throwing hands with these guys. Let's get to the end. All right, let's go. I don't need to waste time with them. You get a little power boost. All right, let me see. All right, let me see. I think these guys hurt you when they explode. Yeah. Damn it. They take a good chunk of health. All right, let's see. I think we're almost there. Kind of want to beat these guys up because you get like little health power-ups too here and there. Let's get out of here. Come on. All right. Damn it. All right. All right. But I think we're gonna play some more Dragon Ball games. Not like right away, but I have more in the can for us to eventually get around to. Like definitely, like I mentioned before, I have like several Budokai games. I wasn't super into the Tenkaichi arena games, but I'm playing for the show. I'm sure Tien and Rob will probably have fun playing them. I'm more of like a 2D fighter kind of guy, which is why I love Dragon Ball Fighters. I'm not sure if I'll be able to play that on the show. I'm always weird about and self-conscious about playing fighters on the show, you know? I never think I'm good enough. All right, who are you? Yep, it's Pilaf the Great, Goku. All right, yeah, he stole our Dragon Balls. And we're about to beat the living shit out of him. All right. Yeah, I remember this part in the anime. It was actually really funny. Well, like, you probably know, but Oolong's the one to kind of thwart his plans. Let me see. Ah, damn it. Okay. Uh, not looking so good. Think we got it. Fuck. Come on, Goku. No, other way. That way. Okay. Oh shit. Ah, damn it. Come on. Alright, that guy's dead. And your turn. Ah, got him. Got them both. Alright, so we're gonna wind down this episode, but let's see how this whole plays out. Yeah, that's right. He gasses us. And he proceeds to summon the dragon. Will no one step in to stop Pilaf? I come for Shenron and grant me my wish. Yeah, I remember this. Watch this, the subtitled version. It wasn't the dub. So it was like all the pervy goodness. Give me the world's most comfortable pair of... What? That's not how it went. This is some censored bullshit. What? No, he wished for Bulma's panties. Well, I mean, you know what? I get it. I don't know what year this came out. I don't think there would have been any year where American localization would have let that fly, where they let some pervy stuff like that go. But that's not how it went. Yeah, Oolong was the one who saved the day. All right, guys, I want to thank you for hanging out with me while we play this. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a game time decision. I might make a few more episodes. I don't know. I might listen back to this and think it's really cringy and not want to do anymore. I don't even know if I'm gonna put this one up. But if I do, and you're listening to this, I appreciate you hanging out with me and listening to all my nonsense. Thanks, guys.